Hello, everyone. Welcome to Chinese in America. And in this podcast, we talk about the different perspectives between an American born Chinese and fully Chinese, describing what it feels like living in America. And today we're here with.
Hi, my name is Yingling.
Hi, my name is Yangzi.
And my name is Sophie. And for this episode, we're going to talk about the similar and differences between Chinese and American high school. Alright, so about the schedule, what are the time like for each classes?
At about 7 a.m., we will have a morning reading, and you have to read it loud. And the teacher maybe will give you some text. And our first class will begin at about 8 a.m. and there will be about 4 classes in the morning and 4 classes in the afternoon. And your self-study at night will begin at about 7 p.m. and will end at about 10 p.m. and you go to sleep.
I think sometimes teachers will see our break time is very bad. I hate it.
Okay, so in America, school is totally different. Our first class would start about 8 o'clock and depend on when your lunch is. It's around 1-ish and we leave at 2 o'clock. So it's way different from China.
Yeah, but yeah, when I came to America, it's very amazing. Wow, I can go home at 2 o'clock. It's very different from China. It's very make me feel comfortable. Yeah, very relaxing. Yeah.
And we can relax so early. The school finished so early. That's good.
So is there anything positive about having a lot of school?
Yes, you can learn. You can learn more. You can memory more, and your teacher will give you more tests, so you can just study them well. I think.
I don't think there are a lot of school will be fun.
So about how long are in each period?
One period is about 40 minutes, but some teacher they will make it longer, like about 15 minutes.
Yeah, as I said before, it's very horrible.
All right, for us, it's about 40 to 45 minutes. So for the rules, what are some school rules in China?
You cannot take any phones to school. You cannot take any electric device. And of course, you cannot use them in the class, and you cannot eat any snacks when teacher is speaking. And some teacher they don't allow you to drink even water during the class. They will ask you to drink your water, eat your snacks after class. And of course, you cannot fight with other classmates.
Very basic. We cannot have conversation in class. I think that's in American is also as well.
Yeah, I think the rules are almost similar, but for the phones, we're not allowed to bring them. We're allowed to bring them, but we can't watch them in class. But there's some people that still do it. Do you think most people follow the rules in school?
Of course they do. Because if they not, some teacher will punish them. Something like they will ask your parents to the school and and they will talk about these problems with your parents. And some teachers, they will take your phone and they'll keep it for you until the school year ends.
Yeah, even they will be suspend to go to school for like 1 to 2 week.
In my school, I don't think people follow it. They just don't care. Would you think school in America would be easier than in China?
Absolutely.
Yes, I agree with that. As I know, one of my classmates, he took his phone to school and used it. And when our teacher discussed that, when our teacher found out, they kept his phone and gave it to him until he graduated.
Wow.
And I think it's they're almost not homework should be taken. Yeah. So when I go home, after I go home, I just play my phone until I sleep. Yeah. And if we do have homework, it's very easy. I just take like half hour to finish it.
Okay. So for the phones, do you think when the teacher takes it, do you think it's useful for you, or like it's just useless? It doesn't help with anything.
I think both is useful and is useless, because using phone, if you use it to play games and or listen to music during class and you don't listen to teacher, it is not good for you because you have to study. You can just play phone all the time, but it's useless sometimes because you can use your phone to search for some information that can help you. So I think both.
Yeah, I agree with Eileen's opinion, but I think it's the most useful point for me is like I can listen music in class, because sometimes like when I'm in math class, I feel very boring. Because because I already finished this work I should do. I already finished it, so I listen to music too.
Okay. So what about the teaching styles? Are the teachers really strict or more?
Absolutely. The teacher are very strict. Of course, not all of my teachers, they are strict. Some of them, their class is are very relaxed, and you can you have to focus. Of course, you have to focus, but you don't need to do a lot of texts, and just listen to them, and that's it.
Yeah, I think different teachers have different standards. For those strict teachers, sometimes if I do something wrong, they even don't let me to listen their class. I have to stand outside of the classroom or go to the teacher's office. Yeah.
Okay. For me, it just depends on the teacher. But like most of the time, I get strict teachers all the time, every school year. I don't know why, but it's just something with me and strict teachers.
Do you think that is a good thing?
Sometimes it can be, since when you have strict teachers, they would have high standards and expect the most out of you, and which it could be a good thing. So in China, how does classwork, do you have to go to the teachers every period, or the teachers come to you?
And the teacher comes to you. We just need to wait in the classroom.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes. That's it. That's it.
And for me, every period, like every 45 minute-ish after class, we have to go to different classes to like different teachers. Which one do you think makes most sense? Would it be better if the teacher comes to you or you going to the teacher?
That is a good question. I have to think about it. I think maybe because we have about a 10-minute break during between every two classes. So during these 10 minutes, we can just go to the bathroom and do everything we want, and the teacher will come to us. So I think maybe it's a good thing, because if we use that 10 minutes to go to other classroom, we don't have any time to go to the bathroom, and we have to ask for the pass during the class. And maybe that time you go to the bathroom, and you will miss something useful.
Yeah. For me, I think it's kind of bad, because if we just stay in the same classroom, we can make some friends over time. But if we go to other classrooms, we may not make friends because we don't know each other. We just stay together for one period. Yeah, we may not have conversation until the school year over.
Yeah, talking about friends, I feel like in America, it would be harder to find friends in high school since each period you're basically with different people and you won't have too much time to talk to them.
And in China, I think it would be easier to make friends because your classmates, most of your classmates will stay in the same classroom with you until you graduate. Yeah. So long time means you have more time to communicate, and you have more time to know each other. You have more time to eat together. So I think it would be easier.
So that means you guys are gonna be with each other for like 4 years?
In China, we have 3 years in high school.
Oh. So how is life after school like? Is there a lot of homework?
Yes, of course they have, and sometimes I have to finish my homework at about 3 a.m. Sometimes I have to wake up at 3 a.m. to finish my homework because they're too much, and I can finish that before I sleep.
Yeah, there are lots of homework. Almost every day, it takes my many hours to finish that. Like when I go home, after I go home, and I start to finish my homework, and like if I get started at 5 o'clock, and I should finish then I finish then like at 10 o'clock. Yeah, that's
Wow.
made me. Yeah.
And in the holiday, such as summer holiday, winter holiday, you have much homework, and it will cost you about at least I think at least 3 weeks to finish your homework.
For me, I feel like homework just depends on the teacher. if you have a really nice teacher, most likely they're not gonna give you any homework.
Yes.
So
Yeah. Yeah. I feel the same like you in American. So after I come here, come to American, almost every teacher I had are very kind, very nice. Yeah, they almost don't give us homework to do. So almost two school years. When I was ninth grade or 10th grade, I almost have no homework. So
you have some really nice teacher. Unlike me, all my teacher gives me homework.
Do you think more homework will be better or?
Depends on the topic. Sometimes I feel like when they teach something, it's really confusing. So if they give me homework that I don't understand, it's not gonna help me with a lot. And yeah. So if you guys finish homework around like 3 a.m. or like 10, would there be any after school activities or clubs that you guys do?
3 a.m.
Oh.
Oh.
Is there any after school activities?
After school activities, there is, but I never joined them because I don't have any time to join those activities. But some of my classmates they do, and they go to the school teams such as soccer teams, volleyball teams, and they play balls together. It's funny.
Do you guys, so in teams, do you guys compete with other schools?
Yes, sometimes.
Sometimes.
Because I think Chinese schools is not very focused on competed with other school in sport. Yeah, they most focus on studies on like math, Chinese or English, like this thing. Not very focus on concentrate on sport.
Yes, they hope you are very good at study and
Okay. Is there any class trips that there?
Oh yes. Sometimes you have about 1 or 2 class trips in one term, and the teacher will lead us to the museum to study, and you have to finish your project after this trip. For example, one time I go to a class trip, and I was asked to finish a report, and I had to do a slide for that.
So for all the trips that you went to, there is like a meaning. You have to do work for it.
Yes, you have to do work for it. You can't just play. You have to take some notes so that you can finish your project.
Yeah, like I do remember my last trip. I think it's exactly a trip. It's when I was elementary schooler, and like when I was in first grade. Yeah. But after that, there are not any trips, and there are no trips anymore. Like except like begin from third grade, we can like pay for trip. Yeah, we pay for trip and go to somewhere, and like stay 3 days, and work there, like do some chores. Yeah.
So for me, there are many trips in our schools, and they're all for fun. There's no work that has to be done. And as long as you sign a slip that says you can finish all the work when you come back, you're basically good for the day.
I noticed one thing that some class trips in America they will ask you to do that during school time, but our class trip, most of them will be on weekends or holidays.
Yeah. I want to say like I don't have any trips after I come to America. No, because I don't know there's trips or something or maybe they should be paid to go. So I don't want to pay any money. Yeah.
Okay, most of the trip I went to are all during schools. So how about the lunch? What are the lunch like in China?
Lunch. We have rice. We have chicken. We have Chinese cabbage, and we have pork. We have lettuce. We have tomato.
Is it good?
So.
Are the lunch all the same every day, or there's different?
Yes, the same
Every day.
You have to pay for your lunch, and in my middle school, the lunch is not good, and my classmates they don't want to eat the lunch in school. They just take their own food, such as bread, such as some rice, milk, fruit, and they don't want to eat the lunch in school because they're terrible. But in high school, you have to pay for the lunch, and it's better than my middle school. And at least you have to pay for 5.5, and you get some rice, some vegetable, and egg. That's what you got.
Yeah, for me, when I was in China, I normally eat at home because we have a long break time during between morning's class and afternoon's class. So I eat at home. But after I came to American, at the beginning of the time I go to American school, I ate at cafeteria. At that time I was think it's delicious, but over time I think it's disgusting, especially for the cheese. I don't know what's that, but anyway, cheese. So recently my mother made lunch for me, so I bring to school.
So for me, I think our lunch, there's a menu, and each week there's this one thing in there, and it just repeats every single week.
I live in dorms in my middle school and my high school, and the teacher they always ask us to eat lunch in school because it's good for you to eat lunch or your stomach will be hurt. And one time, me and my roommate, we don't want to eat the lunch in school, and we eat our own food. I just drink a box of milk, and my friend, my roommate, she eats some potato. Yes, potato and some milk, and some Okay, I don't remember. Wherever. And then my teacher of my class just come in, and she said, "Wow, you guys didn't eat lunch. It's not a good thing." And I thought she would punish me, but she didn't, and I think that is interesting.
So you were saying that in middle school and high school you live in dorms?
Yes.
Do you not go home?
We go home every week. You can take your baggage every Saturday, and you come back to school every Sunday afternoon.
Now, question: is that a private school, or is that the same for everyone?
I think most high school in China, the students live in dorms.
I don't. I go home every day and sleep in my soft bed. Have a nice dream.
So I have a question for you. How many questions?
All right, that'll be it for today's episode. I want to thank you all for coming, and I'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you. Here's Yangzi.
Thank you.